You wake up, your bank app explodes with zeros, millions, just like that. You taste champagne in your mouth. You think freedom, you think choices, you think, finally. But the world is still the world. Roads, farms, roofs, factories, real things, limited things. Money is a promise. It only matters because someone else cannot make or give you what you want instantly. Scarcity gives money its teeth. Take scarcity away, the bite changes, fast. Morning headlines go nuclear. Millions for all. Global shock. Your neighbor buys a mansion before lunch. Your feed is nothing but listings and turbocharged ads. Everyone logs on with the same idea. Houses, not a problem in theory, but there are only so many foundations. Only so many roofs that can go up in a week. Everyone wants space. Everyone wants the hill, the pool, the view. Prices spike, not because money is scarce, because houses are. Builders can't triple their workers overnight. Zoning boards still exist. Permits still take months. So the price of land and empty lots goes ballistic. You pay more. You get a smaller slice. What about cars? You see Ferraris on every corner in your mind. Dealers post waiting lists. Luxury cars sell out instantly. New prices include bidding wars and scalpers. But cars need steel, semiconductors, paints, people who build them. If everyone wants a coupe, supply lines choke. Used cars suddenly tell a new story. A decade-old sedan becomes gold. The thing you thought was worthless is now a bargaining chip. You trade and barter like an unplugged economy. Food. You assume supermarkets will bow to your new wallet. You're wrong. Farmers can't multiply wheat overnight. Harvests happen on a calendar. Milk needs cows, bread needs grain, ovens, trucks. Everyone rushes to bulk buy. Shelves empty by noon. Prices double, triple. In some places, food becomes a luxury item. Chefs get richer by demand alone. But who will milk the cows? Who will pick the tomatoes when salaries have multiplied in your account, but not in people's willingness to work? Essential labor becomes negotiable, and negotiation means the price of a loaf of bread reflects more than flour. It reflects choices. Refusal. Power. Businesses react like wounded animals. They raise prices because their suppliers raise prices. They hoard inventory. They ration. They prioritize the highest bidder. Banks, bewildered, create new fees. Credit systems fracture. Inflation isn't just numbers, it's a tidal wave. Wages swell in headline numbers, but wages chase prices. Your million shrinks in purchasing power every hour. You watch your balance like a countdown. People stop doing certain jobs. Why hand scrub toilets for the same money when someone will pay you 10 times to manage their new villa? Essential services, plumbing, trucking, nursing, garbage collection, empty. The system that keeps the city alive is not glamorous. It's routine. And routine becomes optional when money no longer signals scarcity. A nurse might take a private concierge role. A trucker might buy a fleet and choose routes that pay best. Cities smell. Traffic snarls. Hospital waiting rooms grow. Not from illness alone, but from a shortage of hands. Markets mutate. Some thrive, others die. Luxury becomes a theater. People invest in status rather than production. Startups pop up to sell experiences that can't be mass-produced. But you can't eat an experience. You can't live in a memory of a mansion if the pipes burst and no one will fix them. Black markets bloom. Illegal trades fill the gaps. Those with skills, builders, engineers, farmers, hold leverage like kings. They can set prices. They can barter expertise for influence. Government steps in, hesitantly. Price controls. Rationing, nationalizations, emergency decrees. But history shows us the danger. Cap prices and suppliers flee. Hand out vouchers and you create lines. Print money to match the windfall and inflation spirals further. The policy choices are brutal and blunt. The economy is an ecosystem, not a wallet. You can't flood it with cash and expect flowers. Sometimes adding capital is like pouring gasoline on a field of dry grass. What about your identity? You are suddenly in a sea of equals by bank balance. But the world still ranks by access. Access to goods. Access to skills. Access to time. The 1% is now the 1 billion% in terms of influence. You realize that being rich is not just a number, it's leverage. It's control over scarce things. If everyone has money, those who actually control supply, landowners, farmers, engineers, logistics bosses, hold the real keys. Imagine a day where every mansion is bid on at once. The market ignores fundamentals and follows momentum. You spend fortunes for property, but the plumbing collapses because no one wants to work in the sewers for a living wage when they've been offered sports cars. Luxury sales reports look great. The lights in the city go out. The city's richest neighborhoods lose power longer because technicians are out on yachts. Security becomes privatized. Services stratify. Life becomes an elegant performance for those who can afford to assemble teams to sustain it. Now think smaller. A child's cough in a hyperinflated world. A single vaccine sold to the highest bidder. Or the opposite. Communities rebuild barter systems. Then neighborhoods pool labor. Local economies reemerge from the rubble. You see new currencies, time, favors, skills. Those systems are messy, but they're resilient. They remind you value is social. It's built on cooperation, not just capital. What you can buy isn't the same as what you can have. Money magnifies desire. It does not create land, air, water, engineers, soil. When everyone has money, scarcity becomes visible in the things money cannot instantly conjure. The true currency becomes production and trust. Those who can produce or organize production hold de facto wealth beyond digits on screens. You are rich, but so is everyone else. You stare at a bank balance that used to mean power. Now it's a number in a storm. Your choices feel less singular. Your freedom feels crowded. The world is louder, pricier, and more brittle. You can buy a car. You cannot buy a harvest. You can purchase a mansion. You cannot immediately buy a functioning city. The velocity of cash has turned into chaos. If everyone is rich, is anyone truly rich anymore?